Hello class, and welcome to our next lesson. I just wanted to introduce you to it and show you how to start on the application activity. And this week's application activity is a lot of fun and might take you a little more time. So I would suggest that you watch this video and then start making plans for working on it so that you make sure you have enough time for it. So to get to this week's lesson, as usual, we just click on the Content tab. And then we will be coming down to lesson 10. And this is about work, which is one of the sections of self-reliance, right? This is kind of related to what we just talked about. And if we go into the lesson material and quiz, we will be learning some great techniques this week. Once it loads, here we go. One thing that we will be learning is the SQ3R technique, and this is a fabulous technique. It basically teaches you how to read a textbook in a way that will actually help you. Now, if any of you have ever struggled with textbooks, that was definitely me, especially in high school. I couldn't figure out how to work with a textbook in a way that worked for me. It was difficult to pay attention to a textbook. So this technique shows you how to actually absorb what you're learning. So I'm really excited for you guys to view this video and learn about these techniques. So if you have any questions about it, please let me know. But make sure you watch this video, study the scriptures, and this is all about the importance of work. So the textbook video isn't exactly related to work. You can see it as just another thing we're studying this week. And you'll get to watch this fun video about Tyler Haws, who is on the BYU basketball team. And it's a lot of fun to see how he got there. It wasn't through just luck, it was through a lot of hard work. So I think you'll enjoy that video. And of course you'll take the quiz and all of that. But now let's go ahead and head over to the application activity. So if we go over to the post-gathering section and go to the application activity instructions, this will actually build on that video about Tyler Haws. Since you got to see the video about how he worked hard to gain valuable blessings, you get the chance to tell your story about how you worked hard to gain valuable blessings. So here what it wants you to do is to choose a time in your life when you reaped the benefits of hard work. When was a time that you worked really hard and got something beautiful, something worthwhile because of that hard work? Gather your thoughts regarding the circumstances. In other words, why did you need to work hard? What caused this to happen? What made it necessary for you to work hard? So the circumstances, the work you completed, and the blessings you experienced. So those are three things that will need to show up when you present your story. The circumstances, the work you did, and the blessings you gained. And I will be looking for those three items. And you get to tell that story in one of three ways. So don't do all three of these, just choose one. The first option is to write a story. It needs to be at least 2 pages, double-spaced, 12-point font. Okay, so that's the first option, is writing it out. And I know some of you enjoy writing and enjoy trying to get that detail in there, which it wants, details and descriptions. So this could be a really fun option for you. But there are 2 other ways that you could choose to tell the story. And these are neat because they allow you to learn and practice presentation skills. And these are so important for the workplace, for your future classes. These are great skills to earn. So the second option is to do a presentation using PowerPoint or OpenOffice presentation. It wants at least 5 slides and wants you to have a title slide. And again, to do the 3 things to describe your circumstances, the work you completed, and then the blessings that came from your work. And then it wants, of course, an introductory slide and a concluding slide. So that's the second option, is to do a PowerPoint. And the third, sorry, I keep doing that. The third option is to actually do a video. And this could be a lot of fun. And it just wants to make sure that your video is at least 2.5 minutes long and that it's just done well. If you have images, those images should be in focus. The camera on you should be in focus. The narration should be well spoken, so make sure that you've reviewed what you want to say instead of just stumbling through it. And then post your video to YouTube. So these are all really fun options, and I just wanted to show you what these options might look like. Let's actually go ahead and start with the video. Even though this may sound like an intimidating option, it could be really cool. I've actually been able to find at least 5 other videos on YouTube of students like you who have uploaded their video about their hard work. How neat to share your story with a real community of people. This is putting your story out for everyone to see, and that can be really neat. And it's actually a lot easier than you might think to create a video. What I'm using to create this video is called Screencast-O-Matic. And I've got it pulled up here. As you can see, you can just type in screencast-o-matic.com, press enter, and it will take you right to this page. So this is a free recording thing, and you can just start recording. You can either do it with the image over here, like I've done, or you can do it with your image taking up the whole screen, which can be nice for presenting a story. You could hold up pictures if you wanted to. You could kind of act things out and show emotion in your face as you're talking through your story. You can do whatever you want with this. And I'm going to include a couple of links that will show you how you could prepare to tell your story through video and upload it to YouTube. And also another nice thing about Screencast-O-Matic is that it can automatically upload it to YouTube for you. So if you don't know how to do that, it will do it for you. So that's one option, and again, just remember that it needs to be 2.5 minutes long at the least. The other option it said was PowerPoint. So if you pull up PowerPoint, this is again super easy to do. You just need to type and add your title here, right? So maybe you could call it The Time I Worked, sorry, should capitalize that, the hardest. And you can add a subtitle, or in other words, the summer I mowed 100 lawns. And then you could go through and create new slides and add your title and text and images. You can add images simply by going to Insert and then clicking Pictures. And you can take a picture from a file on your computer by clicking that. Okay. Or you can use their clip art, which is also an option here. And I will include links on how to kind of walk you through how to use PowerPoint. So this is a great way for you to become comfortable with PowerPoint if you're not already, or to really test your skills and have a lot of fun with creating a presentation if you already feel familiar with it. And then the other option was, of course, to write it out like an essay. So remember that it wants it to be double-spaced, which is what I've done here. I just typed this up just now, so I've just completed the application activity, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but I like writing, so this works well for me. But notice it is double-spaced, and you can double-space something by just selecting it all, and then coming here to this little picture and telling it to do double-space. That's a 2.0 for double-space. I would expect this to be about 700 words if you're going to do 2 pages. It can, of course, go over that. By writing this up, I ended up going a little over 2 pages. Okay, so at the very least, 670 words. That's what I will look for. But if you want to write beyond that, that is just fine. And again, if you choose this option, please try to use a lot of description. Notice here, I again really enjoy using description. So here I say, it was wintertime back home, but in Thailand the sun dripped with a sweltering heat. It didn't help that I was standing at the front of a classroom. Oh, notice I haven't proofread this yet. Make sure to proofread before you turn it in front of a classroom full of 9-year-olds, all staring at me with their own version of an impish grin. The paper images I had printed out that morning to help facilitate a fun lesson were now limp and sagging from the whiteboard. And I go on to describe how horrible these classes were going. I was supposed to be teaching these kids English, and they were just tearing me apart. And I then also go on to describe the hard work that I did to be able to create good lessons for these kids, and it was hard work. So I described the circumstance by describing how they're tearing me apart. I described the hard work I went through. I talk about the research that I did and the planning that I did and what I sacrificed in order to do that in-depth of planning. And then I also described the blessings that I gained, which was the third thing, right? Circumstances, the work that you did, and the blessings you gained. So then at the end of the essay, I talk about what came from that. And that's these last couple of paragraphs. So that's just a quick example of what the written essay could look like. So I hope this gives you an idea of how these things can turn out. All three of them, I think, are really fun options. And if you take this as a personal challenge, they can all be ways for you to expand your presentation skills, to make something that is professional, that is beautiful, that is inspiring, and also a way to share something that is actually important to you. So try to think of something an experience that has actually made a difference in your life. So I'm really excited to see your stories this week. This is going to be a very fun application activity. If you have any questions at all, please contact me. I understand this could be perhaps an intimidating activity to start working on, and I would be glad to brainstorm with you to help you break into this activity and have a lot of fun with it. So let me know what I can do, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.